cool about Supered is we were able to reduce their training time by 72%, so more than half. That is a savings of $32,000 for the client. It is insane.
My name is Loriauna, and I am a sales enablement specialist and adoption enthusiast at HarvestROI. And today I'm going to be walking you through how we've used Supered to really totally change the way that we operate our business, both internally and with clients. So let's go ahead and walk through it. Alrighty, so just to get this out of the way, a little bit about us, because we got to brag a little, you know. At HarvestROI, we are a strategic partner that works in optimizing your HubSpot investment for maximum revenue growth. Our main focus is with clients that are at risk of churn. So they already have HubSpot, they already have it implemented, but they have a lot of data gaps, they have workflows that don't work properly, they have reporting gaps and everything like that. So we primarily get some referrals from CSMs, they're waving the white flag like, hey, we need help, this client's gonna leave. And they send them to us and we try to do some magic. As I mentioned, this is kind of like our average client experience when we walk into a new client portal. It's usually a big mess and people are frustrated, and rightfully so. Thankfully, we have a process to really help clients in general and help everybody like get back on their feet and get everything together to make their HubSpot work for them and give their revenue back. It's going to be about a process, but I'm also going to include how Supered has helped our process, because again, we use it both externally and internally as an agency. So the first thing that we do whenever we get a new client is we do a portal health audit. And what that is that's a dashboard where basically we have a general overview, like a report, where we can see like, okay, what is this client missing? Are they missing like life cycle stages? Are they missing lead statuses? What reporting are they missing? What properties are duplicated? And I'll show you what that looks like really quick. Our little portal audit health dashboard. And I used to do these for Harvest. We got a lot of reports on here so we can get a great overview of like how the client's portal health is going. It used to take me hours to clone this for every single client because we had to make every single report and we have to do our notes at the top, just to like go through everything and really get an idea of like where that client is at right now before we even go in and help them. This is pre-sale, so we're trying to win them. Thankfully though, with Supered, what we've decided and what we've done is we have a package now that can just easily deploy that report. So this way we get all those reports that show us exactly what is going on in a client's portal before we even sign them up. We can show it to them on the demo and really help win them over so they can work with us. Thank you. Now, our next process, and I'll try to be quick, I'll go to the more stuff in a second, the data triage, all right? So let's say we sign the client on, they're good to go. Now, what happens? We can't just go in and implement everything right away. We have to export everything and like get a full idea of what their workflows are doing, what reports they have, what is duplicated, like full holistic view rather than just a dashboard that we spend an hour on. So we do this thing called data triage. So what data triage is it's basically we export every single thing that they have in HubSpot, from subscriptions to forms to workflows, and we make a whole bunch of notes on what exactly each thing is doing, and we'll highlight it either yellow, red, gray, or whatever, depending on if they need to delete it, if they need to edit it, get it together. So we spend a lot of time with our clients to make sure that we have all those notes together so we can start to clean it up and get those quick wins. And then now, the final step of the process before adoption is process architecture. Process architecture, what's really cool is what we do is we go through every single, we go through, it's like a workshop that we have with clients, and we walk through every single step of their stage. So how are they getting inbound leads in? How are they working with those leads? How are they getting them from lead to deal? What exactly are we doing with these clients in order to convert them and also to communicate with them? Our process architects map out every single thing that we do with clients from initial lead to close deal, and we get that all set up so this way we have a blueprint of exactly how their business operates. Now, what's really cool is with Supered, now we can decide, okay, we have this blueprint, let's go ahead and let's automate this. Let's add cards here. Let's make sure that we have process rules here. So it really helps us like start to map that out, and we can have like a full holistic view before we even go in and start building stuff. We have a full map with all the Supered features, and our team can go in and build it up. On to the nitty gritty. The first use case, Supered finance have you ever noticed that, this isn't no shade or anything, but a lot of people in finance really look at a CRM like it's an alien. Like the adoption is really hard in this field, and I don't blame them because there's so much that happens. For example, this is a deal pipeline stage that we built out for every single time a deal hits, like this is for a mortgage company. Deal 1 would be application sent, deal 2 would be underwriting, deal 3 would be funding, and all that stuff. And every single stage, there's different properties that are required, and there's workflows that happen in the background depending on what the client needs for their loan application. So for example, there's some loan applications where they require W-2, there's some loan applications that require 1099, and depending on what is required, you need to send out different requests to the client. What's really cool about Supered is we can make sure that every single thing that is going to trigger a workflow actually happens with those process rules. As long as we have those process rules in place, we can ensure that the client is checking off that they're W-2, they're checking off that they're 1099. Those workflows can run in the background. And what's really cool is we could even use Supered cards. So this way, it'll tell them exactly what's going to happen when the automation happens. Because a lot of the times they're like, I don't know what the hell the CRM is going to do. Is it going to email my client? Is it going to send a text message? They don't know, and they're worried about that. So by explaining that in the cards, in addition to the process rules, that is really going to help in keeping that clear communication and helping them with adoption and actually forcing them to start filling this out. So that was process rules. Now, as for adoption and training, Supered is a big help with adoption and training. So with cards and everything like that, it has helped tremendously expedite training with all of our clients, with the finance industry, and as a whole, it has helped exponentially. So it's improved their acceleration of learning and reduced the amount of training. So as you can see right here, normally when we train a HubSpot and we onboard them, we have a training path where it is set up. We have 3 training sessions. We have 2 optional training sessions. But with Supered, we just have a setup, 2 training sessions, and then additional training if needed. So we've literally cut that training in half. It's crazy. And people get it. People get it. It's easy to use. I'm a big brand advocate. I drink in the pink Kool-Aid. So now the last thing and my final, so basically what I've noticed as well with Supered is we can enhance third-party apps with Supered. Supered can run on any website. It doesn't have to just be HubSpot. It can run on proprietary apps. It can run on ERPs. And, especially for a lot of private equity, they're using things like ZoomInfo, SourceScrub, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, or even credit checking websites for finance and everything like that. And with Supered, we can embed cards for every single web-based app. So for example, when we onboarded a private equity company, they have to go on ZoomInfo, SourceScrub, they have to go on all these different websites to source deals, and they onboard 10 new reps a year. And it's just how are they gonna be trained for that in that amount of time, wasting a bunch of money and spending a bunch of hours on them because they don't all know the same programs. So with Supered, we are able to directly embed training cards each platform. And in addition, I also show right here too how we can embed cards. For example, let's say you have a credit score, you could embed a card that'll say, hey, have you not run a credit report yet? Go ahead and do that. It'll take you to the credit reporting website. You can click that, and then that will show you exactly how to run a credit report on a client. So yeah, just a lot of so many cool things. I love it. Love it. Alrighty. And then the last thing, and I'll be really quick because I already know I'm a little bit over. With the new update tool, we can push out updates anywhere. So if there's a new client compliance update in the financial world, if there's a new underwriting requirement in finance, we can push that update. You can get that right to your reps, and they can know immediately what the new regulations are. So I've got some more examples, but basically the bottom line, the value of Supered, again with that private equity company, we were able to reduce their training time by 72%, so more than half. That is a savings of $32,000 for the client. It is insane, and I absolutely love it. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.